Hey folks, welcome. Here we discuss real stories by real people. Today we have the story of a guy who stumbles upon the incriminating messages of his wife by complete accident. Let's see how it goes. Background. My wife and I knew each other in high school, but didn't date and were only casual friends. We lost touch over the years and reconnected when we were 30 years old via Facebook. We started dating after having both been married before. My wife passed away from cancer. Her husband got in trouble with the law. We hit it off fast as we had a lot in common and weren't total strangers to each other since we knew each other previously many years ago. We started dating in early 2009 and really fell hard for each other fast and were engaged by the end of 2009. Married in fall 2010 and had a baby in July 2013. So those are the basics. Where things got bad. It's now July and my wife has been seeing a counselor for a few weeks at this point and again on her best behavior for the most part. It's a Wednesday night, it's after work and we're sitting on the couch. We both leave our phones out all the time, however our son loves to grab them and put them in his mouth. So it happens again. My son grabs my wife's phone from the couch and before he can put it in his mouth, I grab it from him. As soon as I do this, my wife grabs her phone from me, which is very odd as we both use each other's phones, laptops, etc. As she grabbed it from me, I see the screen and a text message from a name I don't immediately recognize. Let's call him John. I don't say anything and I don't react to her grabbing the phone, but I'm thinking, that was a very odd reaction. So the night goes on and we're sitting next to each other the whole time. Eventually, I get up to grab something from the car, and when I get back, she has left the couch and the cell phone is gone. She's in the kitchen acting totally normal. Fast forward to the end of the night. This is when she goes to wash up for bed. I did something at this point I have never had to think I would do, and I looked at my wife's cell phone to see if she was hiding something from me. I opened her text messages, and they are ordered by most recent. Nothing from John today, or yesterday, or any of her most recent texts aren't from him. So I know she deleted something. I checked to make sure she's not coming and proceeded to scroll down to see if there are any messages from John. I eventually find him from about 2 weeks prior. The last 2 messages in her phone from him were a picture and a video. A picture of a dick and a video of him, I presume, jerking off. My stomach sank and I thought I was going to throw up on the spot. I put the phone down and tried to act as normal as possible for the rest of the night. I then researched how to recover text messages and figured it out the next day. So that night I did the same thing when I had the chance at her phone. I was able to recover the last few weeks worth of messages and I saw all sorts of sexting and emotional messages back and forth between the two of them. She said things like, "I think I am obsessed with your penis. I miss you a lot. I get butterflies in my stomach thinking about you." I couldn't see any more than a few weeks of the actual texts, but looking at the phone and data records, I know this has been going on for at least 6 months at this point. This includes her sending pictures and videos to him, although I can't find what she sent. The guy is a surgeon who she used to work with, and I have actually met him years ago. Where I am today. I'm not the type to react without thinking first, so I didn't say a word for over 2 weeks as I decided what to do next. I saw a lawyer to understand my options, and then on August 1st I told her everything I was feeling about our relationship that I just described here above. I didn't say anything about the text messages, but ended it with, "Is there anything you want to tell me?" She of course said no, "What do you mean?" So I said, "Let me help you." Me. "How's your friend John?" Her. "Fine, I guess. Why?" Me. "When was the last time you spoke to him?" Her. "I don't know, a few weeks ago." Me. "Yeah, what about?" Her. "Just normal stuff, how are you, how's work type of stuff." Me. "Yeah, nothing else?" Her. "Well, sometimes he'll text me when he's at work and bored and says dumb shit like he's horny or whatever." Me. "Oh, why would he text you that?" Her. "He and I have been friends from way back and he knows that I'll respond and screw with him as friends." Me. "Oh, as friends? Now I'm going to give you a chance to be honest. Is there anything you want to tell me? And before you answer, just know that I know more than you think I do." Her. "No, that's it." He would screw around and I would say stuff back to see his reaction. Me. "You're lying and I know you are. Want to try again?" Her. "I swear that's all." This is when I start reading her the texts and asking if this sounds familiar. At first, she doesn't remember, and then she starts to say, "Yeah, I said that." Very timidly. No tears, no real remorse except to say, "Yeah, that's real screwed up. I know I messed up." I asked her what she sent him a picture of. She first said she never sent any pictures. She sent at least 3 from what I can tell. And then she said she can't remember, but it was probably a face picture. I said, "You sent it 2 weeks ago. How do you not remember?" I asked how long it's been going on. She can't remember. I asked her if she met in person. She says they didn't. At this point, I told her the marriage was over and I would be filing for divorce. This is when her tears started flowing and the begging began. My lawyer said don't leave the house, and thus I have been sleeping in the basement since that day. My problem. I haven't actually filed for divorce yet. I know in my heart that I should, but she's been acting as good as can be since that day, and the main reason is that I can't stand the thought of not seeing my son every day. It tears me apart just thinking about it. On top of that, I don't have a lot of money, and divorce will certainly wreck me financially. When we're apart, I get upset and know I need to divorce, but when I'm back home and around my son and she's acting like a saint, I start to waver. But I don't love her anymore, not like a husband should. I'm not the type to hold a grudge, and I would like to be cordial and a good co-parent with her, but to view her as a partner and wife ever again, I don't see it. Yet I still can't go through with it, and I'm stuck in this weird limbo state. Am I being a pushover for not following through here? I appreciate anyone that read all the way through. It was therapeutic just typing this out. Update. As of today, my wife and I have separated in that we are both moving out of the house, sort of. What we are doing is splitting time with our son 50-50 each week. When it's my day with our son, I will live in the house and my wife will live with her mother. When it's her turn, I will live with my mom while she's in the house. This arrangement was my suggestion, as it allows me the ability to distance myself from my wife and be 1000% sure that divorce is what I want, while allowing us to work out the kinks of co-parenting while having as little impact on our son as possible in the short term. Since my last update, my wife continues to go to individual therapy as well as marriage counseling with me. However, I have made it clear in counseling that I don't see any future for us as husband and wife. My wife claims she will never be okay with divorce and will never move on from me regardless of what I end up doing. So on some levels, I do think she's trying, as she is not an asshole anymore to my family, and she is generally a more pleasant person to be around than she ever was before I told her I wanted a divorce. However, I know she is still not telling me the full truth about things that have happened, and I still have a strong feeling she's hiding things from me now. She still claims to not remember so many of the details I ask her about the sexting that she did, and the answers I do get from her just don't make a lot of sense. Since the last update, I uncovered that she did in fact send pictures to this other guy, and they weren't just face shots. I feel that there's probably even more than that, but this is all I can get out of her to date. Due to her repeated lies and lack of ability to come clean on anything that I don't have a mountain of evidence for, I just don't trust her. This includes whether or not this new personality she's showing is truly genuine or not. I have serious doubts. So anyway, that's the update for now, and I hope this separation will give me that last piece of clarity I need to be sure of my decision.